are.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to the day, the Mario trailer.
Yeah.
Early.
The day.
The day.
Podcast, we're going to be discussing at length the entire minute by minute analysis of the Mario trailer.
Oh boy. Welcome to episode 49.
By this time, you're going to have
49, right?
This
49?
is going to be so outdated.
Yep, a little bit.
Yeah, I think 49.
Yay! I'm excited. Before we
I
get
wonder if they got the Goombas right with the
No.
the huge dudes with the
Yeah, those are my kind of Goombas. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I hope they got the Goombas right.
Yeah.
I don't want to get on the tangent of the Mario thing because I will talk about it.
Hope they got King Koopa right with the spines on his
Yeah.
head. Like weird ooze.
Yeah, Chris Pratt, though, he did a really good job.
No.
He did a really good job of saying the words that they put on the paper for him.
Yeah, John Leguizamo,
The prompter, you mean?
Luigi.
The
He's
prompter.
the only Luigi.
Thank you.
That
Okay.
was really controversial yet brave that they chose to make Bowser so sexy.
And that they used
Ooh.
Seed instead of Toadstool.
Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
I have seen the original Mario Brothers movie many times.
We used to invite people over to have a Mario party, but instead of playing the game Mario Party, we would have a party where we would watch the 1992 Mario Brothers movie.
That's
That's
sadistic.
why no one comes over when I ask him to play Mario Party.
It's the Mario Party.
Mario Party?
Mario Kart is just, a car with one of those DVD players that comes down and you watch the Mario movie.
Exactly.
Okay. Before we get
So-
into tonight's game, we have some announcements as always.
Do you long for the power of sound at your fingernails? Do you?
Nope.
Well, with Sirenscape.com, you can use those nails to push the sliders. They should come up with a controller.
For your nails.
Yeah, it's called the
Just your
Sirenscape
nails.
controller, where you can push physical sliders and twist potentiometers.
Pots is fine.
Sirenscape.com, you can craft beautiful scapes for your games and other things. Maybe you sleep to it. The other thing is BeyondSkyrim.org. BeyondSkyrim.org, composing beautiful, expansive, and highly emotionally charged music for whatever purposes you deem. Maybe you would put it in the background while you craft your world.
On worldanvil.com/pxf. worldanvil.io/pxf.
Slayers.
Slash rolls.
Slash Roll
Oh my gosh.
Just from the top, John.
Okay, Grandpa.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just thinking about the Mario. I'm thinking about that scene in the Mario Brothers movie where they drive off the cliff and there's all this fungus everywhere. And you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, check out our affiliate link at worldanvil.pxf.io/rollslayers.
You got it.
Do it today. Yeah. It's
Last
a
but
mouthful
not-
every time.
It is. You've mastered it, but
I'm slipping. Got
So-
Mario on the brain.
Mario on the brain.
Mario fungus on the brain.
this is just gonna be. We're gonna play a 5e Mario conversion now.
Love it.
That'd be cool.
I'm sure there's something on the DM's Guild. Last but not least, follow us on social media. We got the Instagram, we got the Facebook, we got the Twitter. Everyone really likes to promo the Discord. We got the YouTube, we got the TikTok.
Yeah, on Discord, we have the People's Fantasy Tale, where you can write your own fantasy tale right on our Discord and join with us. We've written about Dalinvor and Brimbor and some weird little gnome that keeps showing up.
Still
And-
unnamed.
It's still unnamed.
You
And-
could be
and
the one to
Grelda.
name him.
Yes,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could name him.
Mossmouth as well.
Yes, well, we'll leave it open. We solemnly do vow not to name the gnome. You name him.
Please.
Her? Him? Her?
I think it's a him. He's got a. Yeah.
Wife and
You
kids.
name them. Okay.
Anyway, last but not least, if you like what we do, think it's cool, maybe you would want to sign up for our Patreon and support the show. That would be a really cool thing for you to do. But I think that's all of our announcements. If we just want to, play some
Play
D&D.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I'm into it.
So, last we left off, the party leveled up. But not only did they level up, they decided to do a little shopping.
A lot of shopping.
A lot of shopping. Get some new armor, get a lot of potions and a fancy new halberd, and make their way south and then east towards Oromond. Traveling for some time and being attacked by a Periton, a lone Periton, thankfully. But Remy has also decided to accompany them on their journey to Oromond, as well as Kaya Dole, the squire of Alyne. We left with them on the road. So, on your, I believe, 5th day of travel, around midday, the kind of grassland starts to become a little bit more forested, smaller trees popping up. And eventually, you come into a forested region of some size. It's nowhere near a deep, old forest, but it is a fair woods. And you see a small hamlet that you, unless you would like to engage, pass through, with a bridge over a creek that runs through it. Some of you would know this to be the village of Elk River. It is a small village known for its hunting, but not anything of substance, really, besides, just people live here.
Oh, look at this place.
Yeah, let's look at it and maybe just pass on through.
Anyone know anything about it?
I do not. That's a 7 on intelligence.
Okay.
Do we need anything? Maybe they have some pepper.
Oh, I don't think so. They're pretty remote. But
Anyway.
maybe they do. I could go look at the general store if you'd like to stop.
We wouldn't like to stop, but if you'll go look, that would be helpful.
I do have a little bit of pepper with me.
Oh, good.
I also have some in my cookware kit, but sure, I'll go look.
Oh, if you already have some, we don't need to.
Oh, okay. Well, then we'll just keep going.
Everyone's so nice here.
As you make your way through and then past the village of Elk River, you leave behind the maple, the ash, the aspen trees. And before long, you once again sit on these grassy plains of the Primarazia grasslands. However, reaching out from the east sit foothills of the mighty Galfell Mountains, coming down. In the distance, as you exit the forest, you can see what looks to be a checkpoint on the road, bearing the silver standard of the Justicars, as well as the black and red standard of the Blackthorns. Further up on the plateau, you can see a Justicar camp being established, with stables, barracks, and fortifications going up.
Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get through that way.
We can just go around, I suppose.
Well, you would know. How do they normally fashion these?
Well, does it look like we can get through?
Through the
Like
checkpoint?
To just go around? Yeah.
Oh, go around the checkpoint?
Yeah.
As a Justicar, they usually set up a radius of, watch. It wouldn't be necessarily just cut and dry, but you could attempt it.
What should we do, Bells? Should we just try and talk to them?
Okay. Me, the player, is asking. So, Bells would know for certain about how much longer this would extend our trip. Is it going to extend it by more than 6 hours?
To go around?
Yeah.
Maybe not 6 hours, but they do set up basically a radius of roaming, soldiers that think of it like a police perimeter.
Yeah.
So it's a big circle around their checkpoint.
Mhm.
It would probably, I don't know, you'd have to be sneaky and you'd probably be diverting. I guess it would also depend upon which way you go. If you go around to the east, it would take a while, but if you go around to the west, you could maybe bypass their radius in about 3 extra hours to what it would take. You could also go back across the Elk River and try and come around from the north if you want to go off the road. But you also, in times past when they've blockaded, it's not necessarily a no one can get through as much as it is checking for dangerous, prisoners or fugitives, or in this case probably rebels. You don't know if there's necessarily cause for them to bar you from entering past.
Yeah, that's not what Bells would be concerned about.
Okay.
Well, I've never run into this before, so I'm...
Well, I think I have a pretty good feeling about our chances of getting in. We could try it.
Are we getting into their camp? Or are we... is this a thing where we just need to pass through, or are we going into their camp? Have they set up a checkpoint so that you can't get into the camp, or...
The checkpoint is down on the road.
Okay.
They've, created some small fortifications on the road with contingents of soldiers. Their camp is actually up on a plateau on one of the mountain foothills.
So they're just trying to check who's coming and going.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Now, Mr. Grimalkin, excuse me, what do you mean by you have a feeling?
I've got a good feeling about this. I think today's a lucky day. Don't ask me how I know. Just sometimes I get feelings and sometimes they pan out.
Are the rest of you familiar with these feelings?
Sometimes.
Huh. Oh, all right.
I mean, it mostly happens like sometimes in battle. I just get in the zone and I know something's gonna happen. It's kind of like that. I've got a good feeling.
Those feelings have been dependable. Some feelings aren't always, but if it's that sort of feeling, perhaps it's okay.
I trust him.
Yeah, I'm whatever you want to do. I don't think that we have any enemies here. I think they would probably let us through if you don't think that there's anything more fishy.
Yes, let's get this over with.
Okay, so you're making your way towards the checkpoint. Okay. As you approach, you are hailed by just a car contingent, and it seems an officer steps forward as your cart comes to a halt. Greetings. I am under command of Theo Atkinson, and head guard of the checkpoint here. What business do you have to be on the road?
We make our way to our homeland. I am from Alyne, and I intend to see a message delivered to my mother in these troubling times. We head from Oromond.
Are you lying?
It's not obviously not the purpose, but it is something I intend to do.
Okay.
So
you're bending the deception rules. I'm going to say deception at advantage.
Okay.
I'm going to port and roll it. It's a natural 20.
Okay.
Ooh!
I don't know that you would have had to, but that's okay.
That seems quite reasonable. Who are these folk then? Are they also visiting Alyne.
Perhaps, yes. We are traveling companions and we share the road. I think our first heading is to Alyne to see a message to my mother, and then after that, we go looking for work.
It's quite dangerous out that way.
We have had our run-ins. In fact, we have a Knight of the Ruby Throne with us as a protector and bodyguard.
Eyes dart over to her.
She's quite capable, you know.
These are under your charge.
Yes.
I see no reason to not let you through. But I will need to send word up to the commander, have him review it. Shouldn't take more than... Looks up at the high plateau. 20 minutes for a messenger to get back down.
All right.
I guess we can spare 20 minutes.
Not a problem. Just pull over to the side. But we'll send a messenger up right now. And he scrawls something on paper. And then hands it to one of the Justicars, and who briskly starts walking up the long trek to the plateau. But eventually he does come down with a new slip of paper, and sealed with wax, and the commander takes it, breaks it, waves you through. Kaya whips the mules, and you make your way past the checkpoint and further down the road.
Excellent.
Yay.
Does anyone have a passive perception of higher than 13?
I do.
I think Cyrus does as well.
I don't know about perception. I think passive insight. Maybe let me
I
pull
thought your
that
passive
up.
perception was 14.
My passive insight is 14. My passive perception is 11.
Gotcha. Okay, so just bells.
I would say at the mention of the Ruby Throne, you see Remy tense up for a second and then relax.
So, you continue southward, only for a short time before the road starts to turn east. Not east. I hate that. Every time. It starts to turn west.
Oh, because we're moving south, so it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
yeah.
Because when you're going south, the rivers also they go
Yeah.
counterclockwise.
Cloverton beans and all the other jokes.
Yes. Inside jokes.
Yes,
Haha. Let's
if
move
you
on.
listen to the podcast, you understand.
So, nothing else of note happens the rest of the day except, the slight bend in the road pointing you're heading west. And the rest of you know that your next city that you will hit is the mid-sized town of Wyosphere, but shouldn't be for several more days. But you can start to bed down and make camp. We doing watches tonight?
I would, yeah.
Sure, and I'll do third.
I'll
Okay.
take third as well.
I guess second.
Okay.
I'll
Kyle,
do number 1.
Kyle will go 2 then. Okay, so first night's watch. Could I have perception checks?
Now
That's
1 plus 5.
Cool.
I got a 24.
24.
The vigilant little guy.
Do you have
His
dark
eyes are
vision?
just like saucers
Just kidding.
in the night.
So your watch comes and goes blessedly easily with no interruptions. Bells, you are a bit distracted pondering the Justicar checkpoint as well as, not being there, which is strange. But eventually you go and wake Kaya and Cyrus for their watch.
Perception.
Yep.
Oh, 22.
Well,
Nice.
Very good.
Both of you are quite alert. And see only stars in the sky and waving grass on the ground.
Okay.
But unless you have anything you'd like to do on your watch, it comes and goes.
Yeah, I would like to try, instead of trying to see if I can get a glimpse of Vern, I'm going to try and extend my clairvoyance spell to see if I can get a glimpse of somebody a little bit closer who I've seen more recently. Sweaty. Yeah.
Okay. Make an Arcana check.
17.
Okay. For about half the duration of the spell, you look deep into this eye, this glass eye, and
On Ralphie, on my fancy lad ventriloquist dummy.
your vision starts to fade as the glimmering eye almost the rest of your vision almost vignettes, and the eye grows larger. And you see, sleeping in his bed, Sweaty. And you understand why he got the name Sweaty. Because he must have to change his sheets every night. He is just sweating in them, tossing and turning. He's not a peaceful sleeper either. You hear him curse at someone a couple times in his sleep. But then the spell fades.
It's all that butter clogging his pores. Not that Vinny knows it.
Right.
I should have said that as me. It's all
Wait,
that.
half the duration of the spell. Isn't clairvoyance for like an hour? Half the
I thought it was
duration.
10 minutes.
Oh yeah. I think you're right. 10 minutes.
But,
So for 5 minutes, I watch him sleeping. I guess
and then
sleeping and sweating.
you come out of it and
Sweeping.
see Kaya staring at you, waving her hands. Hello?
Oh,
Cyrus?
hello.
Oh, good. I was about to wake everybody up. You went blank there for a second.
Oh, I was just using my imagination to travel around.
She looks at you very puzzledly. Okay.
And I'm gonna turn Ralphie's head, and Ralphie says, "Don't worry about it."
That's very weird.
Freaking
I kind of liked him, but now he's a little,
Oh, he's a good boy. Once you get to know him, I'll pat him on the head.
I'm gonna go watch over there. Just make sure our flank's protected. The third watch, if you'd like to make your rolls.
Yeah.
What do we do? Roll in perception?
Yep.
I had a natural 20 plus nothing.
Cool. 20.
14.
14. The end of your watch comes and dawn starts to approach. You do see off in the distance some deer grazing, but other than that, nothing.
As we watch the deer grazing at and just kind of as dawn begins, it's pre-dawn where you kind of see the light and you're like, I want to see the sunrise, but why is it taking so long? In that moment, Vinnie will saunter over to Alyne. Nothing on my side.
There's some deer over there. Some deer. Can you see them? Can you make them out?
Oh yeah, that's a picture of great peace. Actually, my mother and I used to watch the deer. She was wonderful in nature. She taught me everything. I don't know as much as she does, of course, but she did to teach me a love for it.
A love for You weren't a hunter?
No, I was always more, I guess, concerned with I don't know, social aspects of things. Trying to prove myself, or it wasn't that serious all the time. It was just I had friends. I had a couple of close friends. As a halfling, or not a halfling, but a half elf in Alyne, I wasn't the most popular among my people. There was a fair amount of shame brought down on me and my mother. At least from my grandfather and some of the people who were more concerned with keeping the culture pure inside of Alyne than without. Anyways, which reminds me, I was meaning to ask you about your father. I know that we're going to see him. Do you have a good relationship with him? What is he like?
My father is he's a very thoughtful man. He's very... Iridian is his name. Iridian Langley. He's very thoughtful. He's not a brash, loud person. In some ways, maybe I take after him a little bit. But sometimes he'll do something every so often that'll surprise me. And his choice in the recent Civil War has surprised me. So I'd really love to ask him about it, but I can say this, he's not a warmongering person. He's not thirsty for power. I would say that he really established firmly our family's place in taking care of those who, the tenants, the people who rent out certain swaths of our land. He's always been very charitable. So he's a charitable man.
Interesting. What about your mother?
Well, my mother, she is a little bit more of a wild card, so to speak. I think she's just really, really into flights of fancy and always reading. So she's, just very excited, very kind woman, but head in the clouds, definitely.
And from which of them do you inherit your resolution, your stalwart purpose?
Probably my mother, actually, because she is very stubborn. And I hate to admit it. I hate to admit that I'm stubborn too, but my mother is, while she's a romantic, that's the thing. She'll get an idea in her head and then she won't be able to let it go. And then my father, who's very sweet and obliging, will find some creative way to make her happy and thoughtfully navigate the situation.
Yes, I guess I could see the stubbornness. I don't know that I would have called it stubbornness. Again, I quite admired your resolution, although it is a bit unwavering at times. I prefer to meander in the middle of the road, so to speak, and maybe I'm a little more loosey-goosey. Your mother reminds... anyway, it doesn't matter.
I think maybe it's that I'm afraid that if I put one foot out of line, then where will the next foot fall? If one brick comes down, if I have to stay the path. And that's one thing my parents always taught me is no matter what everyone else is doing, you have to do the right thing. So in some ways, I feel like that frees other people up to do, maybe it's the more right thing. Maybe to steal the loaf of bread is the right thing, but not me, that can't be me. And, that's okay, because there always has to be one person just upholding society and pursuing justice. And if someone finds a way around me, and if that's for the greater good, that's something I think Bahamut would allow too.
Well, you sound like my grandfather.
I take that as a compliment.
Um,
Is he from your mother's side or your father's side?
My mother's. I don't really know my father, to be honest. But I suppose the way I am is because my grandfather is the way that he is. And no matter what I did, I could never seem to appease him. And so here I am, out trying to figure out my own way. I couldn't do it his. I don't think if I did everything to a T that he would have even cared, just because of my bloodline. But it's funny how you remind me of the best and worst parts of my home. There's so many parts, the compassionate parts that I suppose you get from your grandfather or your father are the parts that remind me of my mother, and that stalwart resolution that you get from your mother is the thing that I can't seem to escape in my grandfather. Even now, it seems to haunt me.
Do you think you'll ever see him again?
Oh, I'm certain I will. I've not been back to Eleanor for many years. And if so, I come in just to see my mother, and I split before anyone else gets wind.
In your heart of hearts, do you ever think that there might be some way that he might look at you with acceptance?
He named me Silverpiece. He's a sun elf, the golden race in his eyes. He named me Silverpiece, a bastard name. I mean, I've taken it as a badge of honor. Represent your brand, right? Gotta have a thing, and I suppose being the piece is mine, but it's a double-edged sword for sure, or a double-edged coin. He takes out his coin.
Don't you think he means that you shine as well? Maybe you're not a sun elf, but you shine in your own way.
If that's what he believes, then he has not let me know that. But I hope what you say is true.
It's true. Whether or not that's what your grandfather meant, you have your own light.
He's such a piece of work. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Elves can be, and I know that this is your family. I don't mean to say that, to put them down, but it can be so exclusionary and hard to make friends with. I think it's probably maybe a blessing that you've been able to travel the world and have the experiences that you've had.
I think that my hardships have certainly served me to be a more hardy, and I certainly enjoy people. I enjoy social gatherings, and I've been able to meet many of people of varying degrees of influence, and I've enjoyed my experiences. But I don't know. My goal is to take my mother far away from their shaming and their passive aggression, all of the backbiting, and I want to take her away from there and to a place that is beautiful and expansive and rich in flora and fauna, and to an estate where she has a name, where she would be respected and revered. I intend to change this name Silverpiece, or to make it to something that has more value than a piece of silver.
I find it inspiring that you don't want to cast it off entirely if it was intended as an insult, that you're willing to remake it, reforge it. So many people would just throw away the iron, but if you can re-smelt it, it can be purified. And I think that's a romantic idea.
Well, I am a bit of a romantic, and I don't mean
I know
that
you are.
only in the. I don't mean that only in the, relational sense. I mean I have ideals, and anyways, I'm eager to meet your family. Your father, do you think he will receive us well?
Oh, my father has received even villains into his household with a warm smile. But he always treats them with justice and fairness. So I think that my friends he would receive warmly too.
Yes, I think that he will be a wealth of wisdom for us all.
Me too. I hope so.
And as the sun rises, the deer graze further and further to the north, disappearing out of view. The rest of you wake to a new day. If I could have 2d20 rolls.
I got one. 12.
12.
13.
Alright, sorry. 2d12 rolls. But I'll just take those down.
Sure, I'll do the 12.
Sorry about that.
You're fine.
I was like, wait, my table doesn't have 20 sides.
7.
7?
I got a 9.
Okay. Okay. So, it's a sunny day as you continue down the road towards Wyosphere. All is well. All goes well. And towards evening, you spot an older man on the road, hooded in a gray, frayed cloak with a gnarled staff, walking your direction.
Did you see that man up there?
Does he look like a wizard? Or does he look like he would have any affiliation with any wizard orders that I know?
Not that you would know. Doesn't look to be associated with the Quintessence Pursuant. He doesn't look to be associated with the Convocation Arcanum. No.
Hail and well met, friend.
As you approach, he kind of startles, looks up, and you can see he's blind. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hail. Who goes there?
Oh, just some travelers passing through. Who are you?
Oh, I have many names.
Well, what's one of them?
You may call me Ramun.
Ramun.
Yes. Do you have any water? Food?
Yes. We also have names. My name is Cyrus.
Hi.
Elitia Langley.
Oh, there are more.
Yes, there are. How many? Oh, quite a bunch here. There are 7 of us.
Kaya Delay, nice to meet you.
This is Ralphie.
6.
Hello.
You have to stop
7
introducing
times
that weird puppet.
No, he can't see. He doesn't know it's a puppet.
My name's Remington Northerly Topsford.
See, that sounds more like a puppet. If I was blind, I was thinking that was the puppet.
Nice to meet you. Can you tell me, how much of a journey to the road junction?
But it's been a day and a half, maybe.
Yeah, thereabouts. We have some Cloverton beans.
Oh, Cloverton. I've seen Cloverton.
You have?
Yes, yes.
Oh no.
I-
Don't do it.
No, I won't. Cyrus is going to hold his tongue at I've seen Cloverton.
Well,
So, pardon me, but what is a man of your situation doing going down the road all alone?
oh, I can take care of myself.
Sure.
Oh, I didn't mean to imply otherwise.
No. It was not a rude question. It was a prudent one.
Oh, good.
I'm curious about that as well.
Well, I just travel, speak with those who need speaking to, impart knowledge on those who need a bit of knowledge imparted.
Oh, it's sort of knowledge.
Premonitions.
Oh.
Okay, old man, what's your fee?
Oh, I don't accept payment.
Hey, is there
He doesn't
time
accept payment.
I would love a premonition if we need to move on to I understand, but he's here already.
It's not something that is controllable. I would have to see if I have sight for any of you.
Oh, I see. Well, how does that happen?
Or do you want to? Should we group hug with you in the middle? And
Just, why don't you? You sound like you're talking from above. Are you in a cart?
yes, very observant.
Well, why don't I come up there and I'll have a bit of that water. I am parched and we will see.
What do you say,
I
gang?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm intrigued.
Do we have water to spare? I believe we do.
Sure. We have beans to spare as well, right?
We're not one to. Yes, we're not one to withhold water from a traveler, a
I take
weary
it.
traveler.
I take out my canteen.
That's
And
that's a good one for mouthfully.
And then he drinks.
My least favorite sound.
I was quite thirsty. I apologize.
Anyway,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
sorry for the rude introduction. We have been. Listen, I have run into my fair share of grifters, and I just want to apologize. I was merely protecting my body.
it's not a problem. It's strange times right now.
You can say that again.
Or
Well,
not.
Let me get a read on you.
He holds out his staff and one by one kind of fumbles around, puts the staff on like kind of your clavicles each,
Oh.
one by one,
Oh.
Oh, okay.
and then he puts it on Vinnie's, and his eyes start to glow a little bit. It's kind of like almost like white blue. He
Oh.
says,
I could see for this one if I desired.
We'll go on.
You desire?
Of course, I desire.
Are you sure?
Now I'm a little bit curious. I'm becoming more and more curious all the time. But are there hazards involved? Tell me.
Yes. There are. It is important for you to make the choice to see, not me. I can show. But once you know things, you cannot unknow them.
Well, I want to know.
Very well.
he takes the staff away and reaches out with lightning quick speed, grabbing the side of your head, his claws almost digging into your temple, his thumb pressing into your forehead, and his eyes glow. You see him tense, his eyes now shifting up to the heavens.
Oh, I see. You will meet someone important soon.
unexpected. You are conflicted, remorseful, boiling with rage. The way is not clear. And he drops your head. That is what I saw.
Important. I hope not. Thank you. I will be wary.
That is one way to approach it.
Can I get a read on what exactly it seemed like he was doing? Like whether it was art, like whether it looked like divination magic or something else?
Make an Arcana check.
Ooh, natural one.
Ooh.
You are pretty studied in Arcana, but you've never seen something like this happen before.
Okay.
Is there anything more? I mean, it seemed a bit vague.
Sight usually is.
Time frame?
There's
You got a
only
time
one
frame?
sense. There is no hearing, there's no smell. You get one dimension. You don't get context. That's why I warned you it can be dangerous. Perhaps you will prepare for this, or perhaps you won't. Either way may be good or bad.
Yeah, maybe. Well, thank you for your services.
Thank you for the water. It was much appreciated. I have much to do. So I will be leaving.
Well, okay.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thanks, I think.
Stands in a kind of frail manner where you have to kind of rock to get out of your standing position, and grabs his back, grabs his staff, and slowly climbs down from the cart. Farewell. Starts to wander back the way you came, down the road.
Okay.
I gotta be honest, I really did think that would be a little bit more of a fun activity than a personal doomsday prophecy, but you know.
Yeah,
sorry.
Well, I wouldn't worry. I wouldn't concern yourself too much about it. I think he might have been just a little bit off of his rocker.
His
Do you have
eyes
any-
were glowing.
Do you have any idea what exactly he was talking about?
Honestly, that was completely useless, and I actually don't plan to dwell on it much. I meet somebody important. I know important people. Alyne, I was just telling you that I've met people of import. We all have met the Kitagora of Drasba. We
Toplul.
You know, there are so many people. It leaves much to the imagination, and therefore nothing to my imagination.
Hey, Vinny, if I made an insight check on what you were saying, would that change the way that I viewed the words you were saying?
You would have to make an insight check.
I rolled one.
Okay, I'll roll.
This will be deception.
Okay,
If you're masking what you actually feel.
sure. I won't say. What did you roll?
I rolled. That's a good strategy. I rolled 20. Dirty
Yeah.
20.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's pretty much what I'm saying. I believe what I'm saying.
Seems above board.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't plan to dwell on it, although it'll be difficult not to dwell on this headache. But, yeah, maybe I could take some of that water. From the other bottle, please. Thank you.
Yeah, I kind of invited him. I was hoping for more of a kind of like a party trick where they tell you what you ate for dinner last night, or what the guy at the gate will say when you get there. That was a little. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. to
No, it's
disrupt
fine.
everything.
No, there's a lot of crazy people in the world. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It was strange that all he wanted was water. But there are a lot of lunatics out there, so
Well, you could have been fasting.
truth.
We
I
got the
suppose.
gold, I guess. Should have given him some gold. Oh no!
No,
Look
I-
over my shoulder and see how far on he is.
You look
Oh,
back
give
and
him
he is not
beans.
there.
Oh,
No.
how long has it been?
As long as you've been talking.
So he should
So
still
he's
be
gone.
visible.
Yes.
That's strange. What I told you, he lives in the woods. He's a crazy old coot who comes out to disturb the passersby.
Perhaps we should just be on our way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I kind of
probably.
assume we probably were already.
Yeah, you
I don't
guys
know.
have been traveling.
Yeah, I don't know that much is to be gained by dwelling on it.
But the rest of your day is uneventful.
Sorry, I hit my funny bone just a minute ago. I was gesticulating wildly, not to get anyone's attention. It's just, woo,
I hate it when that
it's
happens.
just right on there.
It's all tingly.
Yep.
All tinglabo, boo, tinglaboo.
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 Reference to the people's fantasy tale.
Oh man. Anyway,
I think that's fun. I think that thing's fun that we got going on.
it is fun.
The rest of your day comes and goes, and you make camp for the evening, setting up for watch. Think you
First.
probably reach Wyosphere in maybe a couple days from now. What's up?
Oh, I was just saying first watch.
Oh, okay.
I'll take first watch too.
Okay.
Number 3.
I would take a
Dose.
second.
Okay. Kaya will watch with Alyne. So, first watch. Could I have perception checks?
Oh,
You too, huh?
I got a 9.
I got a
total.
5.
Ooh.
Oh no.
A 9 and a 5.
Those are D12 rolls. That's wrong.
You sit, watching out, seeing very little beyond the firelight. So you hear a bit of rustling in the grass. Out from the grass, bursting, is a rabbit running full speed through your campsite, zigzagging, and behind it you see a fox jump out. And with one bound, just pounce on this rabbit, pinning it to the ground and jerking its neck as it snaps the rabbit's neck.
If I see this, Vinnie would pull out his hand crossbow and shoot it at
Well,
the fox.
You can roll initiative now, but that was, you had a very bad perception check, so
Oh, okay.
you're a little bit caught off guard.
Oh, okay.
But it
Okay.
snaps the neck of the rabbit, and you pull out your hand crossbow.
Yes.
Okay. It kind of looks up at you for a second. You can take a shot at it.
Yes.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Oh, God.
Uh, 10.
It whizzes over the head of the fox, and it starts to scamper off with the rabbit into the grass once again.
Did you see that, Remy? I almost had we almost had braised conies for breakfast.
It was a quick shot, to be certain, but I'll be honest, I think both of us were kind of dozing off a little bit. In any case, circle of life, that sort of thing.
Well, I'm
Hate
still
to-
seeing halos from that old man earlier.
Still?
It just is a minor annoyance. It's not like an intense pain. It's just annoying.
Or do you think there was actually anything to it, or was he just, doing a little sparks, a little noise, that sort of minor magics?
Yeah, I have no idea. It's the strangest thing. He didn't really seem to have much of an angle, and didn't really seem to provide much of a insight. I don't know. I suppose it could be valid, but I'm really not. I really don't think it's anything to pay much mind to.
Well, it's your fortune, not mine.
Sure.
Glad it wasn't mine in retrospect.
Yeah. So, you, the Tenderheart Fellowship, are you well known around Urangall, or I mean, where do you're all over? Is that correct?
Yes, in some circles more than others we're known, I would say. But yeah, generally well known, I guess. More so than a lot of mercenary bands. Some mercenary bands.
Well,
I'm going to keep bringing that up because that tends to be the same breath that we're mentioned in.
Sure. In what circles are those? Is it only here in the Blackthorn Ascendancy, or?
Oh no, they're in the apostasy as well, and some have even made their way overseas, from what I hear.
Oh, interesting. And do you have a heading after this?
Not particularly, not unless otherwise. I hear otherwise, I guess. Most of the tender hearts just kind of go places, because that's generally is much good as we're gonna do is going to be wherever we are out on the road.
Oh, well, that's fun. Well, we're happy to have you with us. It's good to have you aboard. You said you were from Zagsnick?
No.
I'm
no.
sorry. I may have mixed that up. The player Kaya's from Zagsnick. That's right. Okay.
Oh, that's all right. I know we're all meeting a lot of new friends. I'm from Uldar, actually. Across the Wistari Strait, over on oh my god, there's so many labels on this map.
It's Galloway.
Over on Galloway.
Oh, okay. I'm not as familiar with this part of the world, but okay.
It's quite not. I mean, to be clear, my parents are originally from over here, but during the big war, they left along with most of their village and went over where there was a bit less bloodshed.
Remy, yeah. I'm so sorry to interrupt, but I have the call of nature.
Okay, well, you be safe out there. Remington goes back to watching. The listeners, Jeremy just left, and I assume he actually does have to call nature.
The nature was actually called.
Okay.
Speaking of, this is a fun fact. Apparently, the most classy way you can say, I need to go to the restroom, is you say, I must go to even where the Emperor's servants cannot follow.
Well, Jeremy went to where the Emperor's servants can't follow. So.
Wait. Shoot, I forgot the exact wording, but it's like where even the Emperor must go on foot.
Oh, I get you, because his servants don't want to be in the water closet with him.
That concludes my watch.
Okay. Yeah, Vinnie comes back and is a bit distracted, it seems, but eventually your watch comes to an end, and second watch.
Roll.
Cyrus and Bells.
Yep. Insight or perception?
24.
Insight on those trees.
24.
More than mine.
And more than Cyrus's.
Yeah. 12.
Bells, the only thing you spot during your watch is you do see off way in the distance in a burrow, a fox poke its head out of the burrow and then hastily come back inside at one point. But that's the only sign of life you even see.
Okay.
No birds. Very quiet. So your watch comes and goes.
Cyrus is going to pull Ralphie out and set him on his knee and just say, Bells, you talk about your family from time to time, and I know they're not here, but they mean a lot to you. Is there anyone who I mean, I can't make any promises or anything, but I've just been trying out some new stuff. Is there anyone you would want to check in on?
Oh, can you do that?
I can try. I'm trying. I'm working on some stuff. I'm experimenting with some magic.
Yes, I suppose. Gosh, just one person at a time.
Yeah, I think that's probably about all I can handle.
Oh, I guess my mother.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me a little more information, though, because such as her name, maybe some salient impressions that you have of her, where you think she probably is.
Well, I'm not sure. So you need her name?
Well, I don't know her, and to be honest with you, I'm really just trying to experiment and see how far I can stretch this type of insight here. But I was able to look on Sweetie last night.
You saw him?
Yeah, that dude gets the meat sweats bad.
Do you often look at people while they sleep?
No. When you say it like that, I've just been trying to. Well, I've been trying to get in touch with Vern, just to see how he's doing, And
did you do that? Did you contact him?
Almost. I saw his nose, I think.
His nose?
Well, let's be real, it's the most distinctive part of his face.
How do you do this?
Well, I have a little bit of help with that. I'm going to turn Ralphie over towards Bells. He's not just a good-looking companion. He's got a purpose.
You have to use that for this thing that you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh. Well, okay. Her name is Lori.
Lori?
She's probably at my family's estate.
And where is that?
Oh, it's just south of Oromond, really.
Oh, so we're getting close to it.
Oh, yes. Yes, it's quite close to where we're headed.
Okay. Anything else you can give me?
Well, what exactly would you need to know?
I don't know what I would need to know. That's the thing. I'm kind of treading new water here.
Okay,
but
well.
Anything you can give me would be helpful.
She looks just like I do. She's darker complexion and dark hair and has the same bright green eyes. She's quite short, especially for someone from around here. Well, she's not from around here, but she's quiet and I don't know. She would probably be sleeping right now normally. I don't really know what else to tell you.
Well, I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can see her.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
26.
26. Once again, that vision deepens. The glass eye encompassing pretty much all of your sight. And the glass starts to show reflections that turn to visions. You see, much as Bells described, a woman of older but distinguished kind of look. She's wearing kind of a nice silken bedrobe and has a glass of wine and is leaning on a balcony looking out into the night.
Okay. I'm gonna say to Bells, yeah, I think I got her. She's not asleep, actually.
You can see her.
Yeah, she's on a balcony with a glass of wine.
Oh, what sort of balcony?
It looks to be a stone kind of balcony that may set off. You can see a large bedroom behind her. You'd think, but it looks to be kind of a second-story manor house.
Can I see if there? Can I maybe see the color of the curtains or anything like that?
Make a perception check for detail.
Okay.
It's all kind of blurry besides her.
15.
15? Yeah, you could see that they're kind of this pale blue.
Yeah, she's on a stone balcony. It seems to be maybe outside a bedroom with pale blue curtains.
Is that my house?
Yeah, that's her bedroom balcony. Yeah, that's her bedroom balcony.
Oh, that's her bedroom balcony, I suspect. She's awake
Yeah.
at this hour.
I mean, I don't.
Does she look happy or?
Make an insight check.
Okay, I'm good at insight. Ooh, 10.
She looks pretty worried.
Okay. She looks worried more than anything else. I mean, people aren't typically awake at this hour because they're happy. I mean, it doesn't take any special perception to see that. But yeah, she looks worried, and you know it makes sense why. I mean, a continent in upheaval, and well, you're off who knows where. Yeah, but I think that's probably about the best I can do.
And as the vision is ending, you hear a voice come from just out of your vision. Come, dear, get away from there. You know it's dangerous. She lets out this kind of deep sigh. Yes, but I needed to clear my head. It is claustrophobic as of late. Yes, but we have our duty to do.
This is new. I'm hearing voices.
She saunters off. And you get one glimpse of a very stern-looking military man, seemingly wearing this golden armor.
He's
Yeah, I mean, I'll relay that information to Bells.
Before the vision fades.
I'll relay all of that.
He's wearing armor
Yeah, gold armor.
at this hour.
I don't know what it means. That's all I got. Anyways, I think that our shift is up. Let's go wake up Vinnie.
Yes.
I don't know what to do with this information, but it's just what I saw. Thought you might be interested.
He's
Sure,
gonna
thank you.
he's gonna wake up Vinny. I'm gonna. No, it took first watch.
Roll deception. No, you don't need to roll deception. I know you're lying to me.
No, I
No, you really
literally
did take first
watch.
That would be such a good lie.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna wake up Alyne.
Okay. You wake up Alyne and Kaya for their watch. Alyne, if you want
And without complaint.
to make a perception check.
Okay. That was funny.
I was about to put Ralphie in your face to wake you up.
7.
I rolled a 9. By the way, just as a side note, you do know this armor. It's his armor. Like,
Mm-hmm.
he's worn this pretty much his entire military career, so.
Okay. I wouldn't go back to sleep.
Okay.
I wouldn't let anyone know that. Or
Okay. You just
would pretend to.
feign sleeping.
But I wouldn't, yeah.
Okay. Alyne, your watch comes and goes with Kaya babbling on to you about various things, swordsmanship and riding and, oh, I heard about this technique, and is it true that, you have to get, written permission about this thing if you want to do this thing, and just babbling on. But eventually, sunrise comes and your watch ends. Oh, well.
I have to go. rise up.
Oh, it's quite all right. Been watching quite a while. I'll start on breakfast.
And then I would get up and just leave camp as far as I could go with still hearing.
Okay. Just kind of seclude yourself a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, breakfast is made and consumed by those of you who'd like, and a new day greets you. Is there anything you'd like to do before heading out?
I would probably just pray to Melora. I would take out the staff that I have, and she'd be just very confused, disagreeing with her father, and all of the history that she knows is there, and the things that happened before she left, and not wanting to go home, but being concerned for her mother, and would just feel really conflicted.
Sure. And as you kind of silently do a small prayer to Melora, just the tiniest little leaf sprouts out of the staff.
Out of the staff?
Out of the wood of the staff, a small little leaf kind of grows out.
Radical.
Okay.
So, could I get 2 d20 rolls for me, please?
This morning, while we roll d20s, I'll say that Remington mixed up some flour and excess water and made us all some griddle cakes with some honey.
Nice.
Okay.
Awesome.
Actually, before we get those and they're d12 rolls, before we get those d12 rolls, Cyrus, do you want to make an Arcana check for me?
Sure. 25.
25.
25.
Okay.
That's a good
You've
one.
been thinking.
Cyrus is getting good at magic.
Tyler pulls up the world anvil.
You've been thinking a bit. That armor. You kind of recognize it. Not by sight. You've never seen that armor before, but you've read a description of it.
What?
And you're certain it can't be this, but it looks awfully similar, down to some of the ornamentation, to a set of armor you've heard of before called the Aegis of the Luminary.
The Aegis of the Luminary.
You've read, it was a very short entry, as this was created supposedly before the Dread War. So there's not much that's known about this set of armor except what it looked like. The capabilities of it aren't clear, nor is its history. But it supposedly was forged by very powerful old dwarven smiths.
Okay.
In a dwarven city called Bon Hagborum, which is now gone, or at least no one's been able to access it for quite some time. D12 rolls for me,
Hang
please.
on. Bong Hob.
Bon Hagborum. B-A-H-N.
Boss Sensei.
Uh-huh. B-A-H-N space H-A-G-B-O-R-U-M.
I'm gonna roll one of those d12s.
I will too.
Okay.
9.
And a 2.
And a 2. Light clouds start to roll in from the north. But as you travel for the next 2 days, it is blessedly calm and clear. You should reach Wyosphere by midday tomorrow. And that's where we're going to leave it off tonight.
Oh,
man.
Okay.
What a cliffhanger. I'm just kidding. Can't always be a crazy cliffhanger.
What a cliffhanger!
Not a cliffhanger, but some information.
There's other
Some
stuff
cliff
percolating
notes.
besides the war.
There's a fish in the percolator.
There's a bee in the donuts.